Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to another bright and early Saturday morning in Phoenix, Arizona. It's a beautiful day today, although it is forecasted to hit 100 degrees. We're not quite through those triple-digit temps yet this year. Today's a cool day. I'm going to be taking the NSX. My brother is going to be taking his 2017 NSX, and my other brother is taking a 2002 Lexus IS300 with a few tricks up its engine compartment for a special half-a-mile airstrip drag race event. So this is taking place in Gila Bend. It's a little teeny town sort of between Phoenix and San Diego, about an hour away at the intersection of Highway 85 and Interstate 8. Anyway, this is a once-a-year thing here in Arizona that's hosted by an organization called Omega Motorsport. We saw the preliminary list of cars that are entered this year, and it's over 100 vehicles, I think, or well over that. And we're talking some super crazy high horsepower stuff. I'll show you a glimpse of what we saw earlier on the list, but some, 4-digit high horsepower cars. I'm going to be on the very low end of that spectrum with my stock 270 horsepower, 119,000 mile 92 NSX. So yeah, we're going to get on the road here shortly. We have a driver meeting this morning at 9 o'clock, but we want to have some time to offload the other two cars off of the trailer that came down from Utah yesterday and do a little bit of prep work with those. I picked up some race fuel for my brother this week, 117 octane stuff, so really rich. And we're gonna have some fun today, so come along for the ride. There's the Gila Bend Airport. Just setting up now after arriving in Gila Bend, so Peyton's gonna pull the IS off the trailer, and then the NSX, the white NSX, is somewhere behind there. But this is the venue. This is an old airstrip that converts into a drag race strip once a year. He's got the eye-lift suspension on here, so we had to raise it up a little bit. Let's see how high it rides right now. Looking at the registration list, and I actually, of the 121 cars on there, excluding sponsors, I have the second oldest car, second to this 1969 Camaro. So while we get situated here at the airstrip, I was going to show the list that we were provided of the registrants. So 121 cars listed here, obviously in alphabetical order. My NSX 92 and my brother's 2017 there are the only Honda or Acura products. You can see a lot of heavy representation for the domestic stuff with some Chevrolet contingent here, some Challengers, Porsche, Plymouth. There's an old Barracuda 69, looks like that's the other car that's a 69, McLaren 720S, Grand Cherokee SRT, and several high horsepower vehicles, a 1300 horsepower R8 Spider, 1100 horsepower GTR. It's going to be really fun to see these cars from the rear as they're passing me. So let's get into the fun. By the way, the #1 lowest horsepower car besides the motorcycles was another Lexus. It was the IS300 listed with 230 there. So between that 230 and my 270, and then I think the next one is maybe that BMW 135 with 330, and they go way on up from there.
Me either. It's had its time, right, in the past.
We're just about to head to the driver meeting. Got to put a sticker on the top of the car on the windshield here, but they did give some instructions on the half-mile runway being delineated by some cones at the end. There's a burnout box if I decide to use it. Probably not going to do that with my stock NSX and some hand-cooked tires.
Open test and tune style. For those of you that don't know what open test and tune is, basically something the drag strips do where they open up the track.
Just finished our driver meeting, and now it's time to get situated. Had a 64 Corvette pull up next to us here, and pretty cut and dry. So this is not a traditional drag race in the sense that we won't be getting time slips other than our max speed at the traps at the end. So AKA this isn't a quarter mile thing where you get a reaction time printout, 1/8 mile, quarter mile time. This is strictly how fast are you going at the end of the half mile. All right, punk, let's see what you got. We're lining up.
I like this one better though.
I'm gonna be eating his dust, but that's okay.
Hey, that's all right.
Yeah.
It's not every day you see an original one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like clean as hell.
Thank you. Woo! All right, let's get back to the starting grid. That was a 125-mile-an-hour run, and I don't know. I mean, obviously, I knew he was going to eat me for lunch right off the line because he's got 3 electric motors for instantaneous torque. But that was a lot of fun. I definitely am going to push this car for a little bit more speed out the end of the line there. We'll go back to the staging area here for a minute and go spectate. I might be lining up next to this pretty wicked Mustang next. Are you kidding me? I was within 0.2 of a mile an hour. I think I found this car's limit, at least for the driver purposes. The major flaw I had there, I don't think it necessarily matters your reaction time or you're off the line because there's no, red lighting or anything. You just basically have a half a mile to do what you want to do. But I should have turned traction control off. I felt things the power getting robbed from me early on, and then realized I forgot to turn that off. So I'll take a breather for a sec and then maybe play around a little bit in a little while. Here goes Peyton. That's all it has. And Peyton's time was 170 freaking miles an hour in a Lexus IS300. I don't know how he just did that.
Making a little bit of noise.
Did you feel good about it though?
Right here. $170.
Holy crap, 170.
She's got more in her.
In a Lexus IS300. How is that even possible? Here's a look at the cockpit. The funniest part about it is his speedometer obviously is stock, so he had this speedometer buried at 160, and he said the tach was also buried, but the best part is he only made it into 5th gear, so it's crazy to think what this car might be capable of. I'm guessing aerodynamics would be a factor later on, but man, it's plenty capable, so he's probably gonna mess around a little bit with tuning and then work on it later this afternoon.
159 would have trapped.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Pretty quick, but
yeah,
kind of lifeless.
Honestly, but it looks cool going down the road. That's awesome. You gonna go make a couple more runs?
Yeah.
Nice. Sibling rivalry here, and my brothers are going to race the IS versus the NSX. A good chunk of this is just kind of inching our way to the start line because it's supposedly 30 to 40 seconds per run group, and you can see with the volume of cars, they said this morning there are 140 cars present today, including the sponsors, so it does take a little while to cycle through them, especially when you consider some people are going one-on-one, and then occasionally they have to sort of review the track if there's debris or other kind of circumstances that you know, for safety's sake, they got to take a break. So we'll get up there in just a bit. I think that's all she's got, guys. That was even a sub 125, 124.7. And I did do traction control off that time, so there's a little wheel spin at the beginning. But to be honest with you, I kind of feel bad pushing my car like that, because anybody who knows me knows that I'm generally a granny driver. That's why I get 600,000 miles out of a clutch. Anyway, we're gonna park it for a little bit, grab a bite to eat, maybe chill out, and do some spectating. So that was fun. All right, I missed that, but let's show. Was it 174.8? Holy shit!
Guess I better go again.
Wow, didn't break the 175 mark yet. That is insane. All right, guys, we're gonna change it up a little bit. I'm gonna take the 2017 NSX for a rip. It's a whole different experience in here. I have a quiet hybrid system where the car's not even on right now, and this is gonna be a fun rip. So let's give it a go. Okay, that felt a little better. 147 miles an hour. I didn't go as fast as my brother did with this car. He's shooting to push over 150, but man, this thing is just a rocket. I was lined up next to a Supra, and I took him obviously off the launch because of the hybrid advantage, but then midway through the track, he for sure pulled on me. So that was a lot of fun. Proof is in the pudding. 176.05. Unreal. That's what you call Lexus relentless pursuit of perfection, except in a modified form. Just gonna take a quick wander through to show you some of the other cars. I think we're gonna call it a wrap for today. He's content with that speed. I'm not gonna push mine any harder than 125, so it's been fun. Plus it's getting too hot. It's, you know, late October here, and we're still hitting 100 degrees exactly today, which is kind of ridiculous for October. But it's been a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend this event for anybody who's got a lot of high performance aspirations, or if you have a stock car like mine, just want to come push it to its limits once in a while. Pate's gonna give it one more good run. Oh, the motorcycle was 179 right there. This is the leaderboard. Wow.
There he goes.
Watch this.
176?
No, he did it again.
Yeah. Holy shit. There he is.